So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games and I'm bringing to you guys an update to Red Eyes Warrior. But this is post-Rise of the Duelist, so what can you guess is in this deck? Infernobles! So the Infernobles are really cool, and don't worry, this is not hand loop shenanigans. This doesn't even include Crystal Hype Fibrax, Synchros, Aurodon, nothing of that sort. We're not doing any of that shenanigans. This is legit pure Infernobles, utilizing Red Eyes, pretty much how I imagine Joey Wheeler would do. This is a really cool deck. This is really inspired by him. This is just like, I love this deck. This deck's really fun. I really enjoy it. There will even be a 2-card combo at the end of the video, which ends on your Slash Dragon, Infernoble, level 9 Synchro, Verte Anaconda, a Searched Out God Phoenix Gearfried, 2 cards equipped to the level 9 Synchro, which means your Red Eye Slash Dragon negation is live, and other sort of shenanigans. This deck's really cool, I love it, and I do hope you guys enjoy it as well. So before I get into all of this, if you enjoy it, give us a like and subscribe down below, and ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy a channel and its content, you don't want to miss any of that content, do you? And that notification bell helps prevent that. And as always, all of that is greatly appreciated, and we couldn't thank you guys enough for doing so. So before that's said and done, let's get into this Red Eyes Warrior deck profile. So this is as much of a budget as I possibly could. I will tell one more thing that you can take out of the deck as well to make it even more budget. There's other cards that I would be playing if I had them, but I don't have them, and I'll explain those when I get to that as well. So let's start off with the Red Eyes stuff. Not as much Red Eyes stuff as usual. So for your Red Eyes Black Dragons, we're playing 2 Vanillas and the 1 Black Flare. The reason we're probably playing Black Flare is because I do play a Gemini card in deck, or a card that supports Geminis, and so being able to abuse Black Flare by summoning, getting onto the field with its effect and just doing that additional burn damage for the deck can really get you those cheeky wins that are really cool as well. But otherwise, it is a Red Eyes by name, so your Insight has a target to send to grave as well. To run out the Red Eyes stuff, we're playing 2 copies of Black Metal Dragon and 1 Gearfried the Red Eyes Iron Knight. You can play more Gearfried the Iron Knights as possible if you want to, but I'm personally just think 1 is enough. You get it when you want to. It's a warrior, so it does help with your fusion plays, but you're mostly using it as that Red Eyes tech option, that kind of like middle ground between both warrior and Red Eyes as well. Playing 2 black metals because you're not doing the whole normal black metal, going into getting that darkness metal. As you can even see, darkness metal is not even in the deck because you just don't need it. You're using the Red Eyes as like that fusion tech option in the deck, that fusion toolbox, that Red Eyes toolbox to go into a Slash Dragon, and you're using the Infernobles and the Warrior support to supplement that and get the deck rolling. So you're using the Warriors to get the deck rolling, and then the Red Eyes to finish it off, while also and then continuing the game on with the Red Eyes as well. So that's the kind of synergy, that's the mentality, that how you play the deck. You've got the Red Eyes spells and traps as well to help supplement that and get more disruptions on board as well. Black Metal though helps you search those spells and traps, and even your monsters as well. Like you can get your Gearfried as well. So it's a level 1 which comes into point later on with the tech that I'm playing the deck for more consistency. Though you could probably guess what that card is. It's just really good. Also, you can equip it from hand with that to that Slash Dragon, so you can give Slash Dragon an additional attack buff, while also giving him an equip to help supplement his effect as well. And you can even then send the Black Metal to graveyard for your God Phoenix Gearfried. So Black Metal's got a lot of options in the deck that isn't just search Darkness Metal and go. Like, there's a lot more to him in this variant of the deck than normal. That's it for the Red Eyes monsters. Moving on to now the warrior stuff. You obviously got your 3 Sublimation Knights and your 1 Squeak Knight. Standard now, the new standard combo for all Flame Warrior decks, or just warrior decks in general. Normal Sublimation, equip Squeak from hand or deck, and just go off into his old. Though I'm playing 1 additional attack now. This is actually used by Joey And obviously you can swap this card for anything else. There's one more Warden Captain. So one more in Captain just helps unbrick those hands, make those bricky hands more playable, essentially helping you get into that Isolde. Obviously, you don't have to play Warden Captain. There's a million other tech cards that you can play instead of Warden Captain. More importantly, the Fire Flint Lady. If you have Fire Flint Lady, play that over this. I'm using Warden Captain just because it's cool, it's unique, it gets the job done, and it's Joey inspired because it was used by Joey. Moving now into the Infernobles, we're playing 3 Infernoble Knight Oliver. This is your main tuner of the deck. You summon this from your hand by discarding a Fire Warrior or Noble Arms. Comes out as a level 1, you can go into a Synchro Blaze. You can also just summon it off your Morning Captain and things like that. But you search this off your Isolde as well, mid-combo. It's a really good card, great extender as well. And it all just gets you into your Synchros as well. I'm playing 2 copies of Infernoble Knight Yugioh. The reason I dropped it down to 2 is because I had to play other techs in the deck just to help make some combos more fluent. For my personal play style, there's probably the techs I'm playing in the deck you could probably take out. If you know the deck, if you have the extra deck as well, you can probably do the things that I know. I was speaking to this with Dale and he's like, oh, you could just do this instead, you don't have to play this. And I'm thinking like, I was just like, yeah, but I'm a noob. Like in this deck in particularly, I'm just not as good with this deck. I don't know the complete ins and outs, but this feels good to me. This feels fluent to me, and I really enjoy this. So take this as a skeleton as you wish, and like improve on it. Take your own aspect as well. But for that, I'm just playing the 2 Yugioh. It's good. It's a target. It's by name, and it helps facilitate some combos, but it's not for my main combos. Though it is for the main combos. I was playing this at 3, but I took it out like literally just before I started recording for a different card. Mostly just because it's once per duel. If it wasn't once per duel, I'd play 3 of this and I'd just be all like, why aren't people playing more of this card? This card's amazing. But this is part of your combo to help get into your level 9 synchro turn 1. Which at first me and Dale were just like, how the hell does this deck make its boss monster? There's like no way to make this boss monster, and we're like coming up with crazy ways to come at the boss monster. I'm just like, hang on a minute, just play this and done. Like there's a target for this that I'm playing in the deck that helps you get into a level 9 synchro, and I think it's really cool. Like, and it's like literally only brick in the deck, and even then it's just like, okay, cool, it's just a target for Oliver and stuff like that. But yes, we're playing the 1 Astaroth. You can ban it, you can summon it from the hand by banishing from your hand or graveyard a Fire Warrior, and it becomes that level, and then you can go into a Synchro Blaze essentially. I'm playing one more level 1, and that is of the lower levels, and that is the Infernoble Knight Magus. It's just like your mini pot of avarice in the deck. Like just shuffle back normal knights and noble arms, draw cards, just helps you get that back the consistency. For the level 1s, the other level 1s playing obviously the 2 Renard and on Roland. I still like the 1 Roland because I like this. It's like my favorite fusion target for my Red Eye Slash. Send this in there, I can search my God Phoenix or anything else that I need. It's very, very nice to help with those plays. And the 2 Renard, if you have 3, play 3. If you only have 1, play 1. You can play it with 1, that's your budget variant of the deck. That's your budget option, quote unquote. But you need at least 1. So if you're really on that tight budget, get one of these and then you're good to go. Though just bear in mind, if you do open with it, your results got 1 less good target to summon, but then the Rolands, you can just up the Rolands. So for your budget option, less of this, more of this. If you're playing on a higher budget, this is a really good mid ratio that I really enjoy. And then for your big level 8s to round up your big higher levels to round up the deck, yes, higher levels, because we're playing more than 1. 1 God Phoenix Gear Freed, I'm just used to the OCG name, but 1 Immortal Phoenix Gear Freed. If you have more copies, play more copies. I'm waiting for 1 to arrive in the post. It's just taking forever. I should probably contact the seller. Like, why is it taking so long? But yes, if you have more copies, play more copies. I think 1's just good enough. And then for our 1 brick in the deck, that probably isn't Red Eyes Black Dragon itself. That is the 1 Phoenix Gear Freed. You send this, and this is the one that you copy for your Astaroth to help you go into your level 9 Synchro Tone 1. This is how I personally do it, just because it is the easiest way to do it for my personal play style and it just fits me personally. You search this off the Isolde and you ditch it for with your tuner to summon your tuner, and then you banish it to copy its level with Astroloth being level 8, the tuner coming out as level 1. Boom, you got your god, your level 9 synchro. Easy as that. You'll see it in the combo at the end. Again, this is the option. You don't have to play it. If you have other ways of making level 9 synchro turn 1, go for it. This is just how I'm personally playing. That doesn't involve high vibrax, link cross, all those synchro shenanigans. Simple as that. It's just like you can just take, have fun with, and then on a nice little budget as well. That's it for the monsters. Moving on to spells, playing 3 copies of Durandal. It's actually not as expensive as I thought it would be. Yeah, you play the 3 Durandal. It's the one you send and then you get back, and then it helps you get your searches going off. It's very, very nice. And then 1 copy of Jaluz. This is another little additional equip tech that you can play in the deck. Nice little option. And then for your searches, playing 1 Rota. And then 2 copies of Where Art Thou. If you have the Noble Knight Searcher, play that. If you don't, I like Where Art Thou just because you have an additional target in the deck in the forms of Black Metal Dragon. So you could arguably say Where Art Thou is better than Noble Knight Searcher, though they all facilitate the exact same purpose. Where Art Thou just has more targets in this deck particularly, in this build particularly. So if you're not going for so much of a variety, if you're not playing Black Metal Dragon, just go with the Noble Knight Searcher. Then you can just be good to go. 1 instant fusion, and then 1 copy of Red Eye's Insight to search to run up all the searcher cards. Yeah, Insight searches out all your spells and traps, and if your monsters, if need be, but you're mostly just using it for your spells and traps. Instant fusion. It's an additional monster in the deck that's a free summon. The targets I have in the extra deck are really funny, but they all facilitate the exact same purpose. The instant fusion again is just that nice little extender light to play in the deck. And 2 copies of Red Eyes Fusion. You're really mostly going to be going to Red Eyes Slash once. But I like to have the additional target in the deck for that nice little option for the additional beta. And like for the second Red Eyes Slash. And then the 1 Monster Reborn, just a revival card. That's it for the spells. Moving on to traps. 3 copies of Red Eyes Fang Chain. You can take one of these cards out for the Red Eyes Return. But I feel like I will rarely ever use Red Eyes Return. I rarely do use Red Eyes Return, especially in this build, because we don't have that many Red Eyes targets. So I think Fang Chain is something I'd rather see turn 1. That way, my Slash Dragon could be an additional form of disruption in the sense that I can equip it Fang Chain. Still something equipped with it while also keeping the negation of Slash. 1 copy of Red Eyes Spirits. This is really versatile. It just the fact that it's just a normal trap. It's not continuous, which means it can't be disrupted as easily. If they do target this, like cool, as with either my Red Eyes Black Dragon, or if Slash is in the graveyard, Slash target as well. And to round out the main deck, I do play the 1 Gemini Aberration. We do play 2 targets in the deck for this trap, in the forms of Phoenix Gearfried and Red Eyes Black Flare as well, which means like we can get some nice little cheeky plays out of this. It's just a nice little cool tech I play in the deck as well, just for those additional plays. So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, let's get Red Eye, the Black Dragon on top. So, extra deck for your fusions. 2 copies of Red Eye Slash is your main boss monster that isn't the level 9 synchro. You want to go into this turn 1 as much as possible. And essentially the whole deck facilitates doing that. Like the whole deck can easily get 2 monsters on board, which then can go into your Slash Dragon after doing your resolve play. Or if you just want to, you can go straight into the Predator Farm and not do the resolve play and save that for a later date. But yes, Slash Dragon, you play 2 of it. You'll really only summon 1 of it, as I said before. But I like to play the 2 just for those options. For my instant fusion targets, I play Flame Swordsman because Jury Wheeler, why not? And the Carbonula Knight. The Carbonala Knight, like whatever it is. It's the level 4 monster that you summon. I play both just because I got that level versatility in the extra deck, but Flame Swordsman again themed, and I believe Joey used this, or it just feels Joey themed, but yeah, there's that. The 1 XCs is just Red Eyes Black Fairy Metal Dragon. You really summon it, but I like to have it in there as an option. Moving on to Synchros now, we're playing the 1 Cloud Castle, the 1 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles, 1 copy of the Ignoble Knight of the High Landsmith, or whatever it is. Like, this is the old one, the old Noble Knight Synchro, and 2 copies of Infernoble Knight Charles Captain Roland. Why did I play Carlisle Castle over the second one of this? Because why not? Like, instead of making a second one of this, you could just make Cloud Castle and revive it, and your opponent's locked out like on a semi-lock. But yeah, this is the one you'll be making first. Then you make this, and then these are like for versatility for the deck. And for the links to round up the extra, because one Link Kuribo for those times that you just have to. One Furious Flame Swordsman themed, 30 Anaconda, and 2 copies of Isolde, 2 Tales of the Noble Knights. All toolbox link monsters for the deck that you can just utilize and use, and it's just very, very good. So that's it for the main deck and the deck as a whole. Let's move it into the 2-card combo. So your 2-card combo is your Sublimation Knight, essentially anything to get your Isolde play going. It could be 1 copy of Sublimation Knight, or it can be your Marauding Captain and any warrior in your hand. I'm just going to go Sublimation Knight for that side. And then your other side is your Astaroth, Oliver, or Where Art Thou. If you open up with Sublimation Knight or anything to make your Isolde, and either one of these, you can end on the nice board that you want to make turn 1. So I'm going to go with your Sublimation Knight. I'm going to go with Art Thou as well, just to show you that you can do it like that. So you'll summon your Sublimation Knight. Sublimation Knight activates, equips Squeak Knight from deck, summon Squeak Knight, and then from there you can go Where Art Thou to search your Astaroth. I'm going to go with Astaroth because it's much easier. Let's put the Where Art Thou there. From there you'll go into your obvious Isolde, and Isolde will search out any warrior from your deck. From here you're going to search out your Phoenix Gearfried, wherever he is. There he is. From there you're going to go Isolde to send your Durandal from deck to grave, and then summon out your Infernoble Knight Renald. Renald's then going to equip the add back the Durandal, and then you activate Durandal, send it to grave, and then you add your Oliver. Obviously, if you added Astaroth before, or if you already had Oliver before, you would then add Astaroth. So essentially, you want to make sure you get both these in hand and they're able to be summoned. You will then use your Oliver's effect to send the Phoenix Gearfried from hand to grave. To summon itself out, it becomes level 1, so do bear that in mind. Which then you can then use your Astaroth to banish the Phoenix Gearfried from grave to summon herself out to the field as a level 8. From there, you're going to then synchro both of those into your Emperor Charles. And then from there, you can then use these two to link off into your Verte Anaconda. Verte Anaconda is going to activate, send your Red Eyes Fusion from deck to grave, which then lets you resolve it essentially, and then you can send your Red Eyes Black Dragon, and I always send Roland, and in this combo I will use Roland as that example, and then you summon your Red Eyes / Dragon. And then during the end phase, Emperor Charles will activate. Yep, so during your end phase, you can equip one equipped spell from your graveyard or hand to it. So we're going to equip the Durandal, and then from there, you can equip one Fire Warrior from deck to him, and then it gains 500 attack. So you equip your Ogier or anything you want. I think Ogier is just the better thing to equip with, just because it's the more versatile protection. And then also during the end phase, your Roland will activate and add to your hand Immortal Phoenix Gearfried or anything else. I'm just going to go with Gearfried just because then on next turn I got the big boss monster I can summon to the field. So that, guys, is the 2-card combo. You end on a Red Eye / Dragon who is live because you can just send any equipped from field to grave to negate a targeting effect. You have your level 9 Synchro who cannot be destroyed by card effects and is at 3500 thanks to his effect. You have the 13 icon just essentially just sitting there, and then you have your Immortal Phoenix Gearfried in your hand ready for next turn, to go off, which then also, if all of these equips are still on the field, you can then send your Durandal, get your search and keep going from there, and then essentially go from there. So guys, hope you enjoyed this deck profile and 2-card combo of my, I want to say, budget Red Eyes Warrior deck post Rise of the Doors using the Infernoble Knight cards. So, as always guys, like, comment and subscribe. Till next time guys, as always, happy dueling.